Hey everybody, I miss you guys. Yeah, there's been a change of plans. I have to go for a second opinion on Monday, and it sounds like I'm going to have shoulder surgery. So I'm going to try to do the best I can to give you the demonstration for what you're going to do for this week's photo assignment. So you're looking at Adobe Bridge right now, and you are seeing a variety of photos that I have taken using the bracketing. You can go over Wednesday because you'll have to be out of the lab there. There's testing in there this Wednesday. So in Miss Carnegie's room, or the room I teach in the afternoon, 503, there will be some still life objects we can set up in there, and then you can just capture some photos. You can also do this assignment at home. I've got everything listed in the week 5 folder for exposure compensation and understanding exposure. So there's quite a bit with this unit. You're going to learn what is exposure, how can I adjust my exposures, and apertures, looking at the opening of the camera as it opens and closes, the aperture allows more light in, and then shutter speeds. Those three things work together to capture the right exposure for your images. So you're going to learn how to understand what all the terminology means and then how to put that into action. We have photography books in the cabinet right behind the way there. There will be a sub on Monday that's going to be different than Mrs. Loneman I think is going to cover until I can come back after my surgery. I have no idea yet until tomorrow when I talk to the doctor when that'll be. But I'm hoping it'll be this end of the year, but I can't even guarantee that. So anyway, I know after this weekend I won't really have any time to help you, so I'm going to do the best I can. So you guys know how contact sheets work now. This assignment's going to require you to turn in 30 photos. There will be 2 pages. Each page will have 15 photos on it. You are going to turn in images that look like, let's see, I have an example here somewhere. There's going to be an underexposed column like this, and an overexposed, and a middle of the line. So I'll zoom in on this a little bit. Oh, I can't see it because my thing, oh, here it is. So you're going to have 3 columns. Okay, so this is what your contact sheet will kind of look like, if that helps you see. And so I want to have this my overexposed column, this is my normal column, and this is my underexposed. So when you take all your photographs, you know, in Bridge, they're going to come in every which way. So you just have to drag them wherever they need to go. So if this was going to be my I don't want to get too dark or too light. Some kids, when they're doing the exposure compensation, that's where you adjust it in like half increments. The assignment's posted, so if you read that first, it'll make more sense, but you don't want to use -2 and +2 because that's going to be extremely too dark and extremely too light, and one in the middle. You want to use variations of these exposures so you can kind of look and sometimes see that maybe a photograph a little bit darker looks better than some of those that are, you know, a normal exposure, depending upon what my subject is. So set up some still life objects. You can set up, you know, things that you're interested in. Any of those things will work great for this assignment. Also, please remember, not everything has to be centered. Try to do strong compositions and use those skills you've been learning this quarter so far on what makes a photograph strong. So it's kind of all these things we've been learning along the way. We keep adding more and more to get better and better. So don't just start a new assignment to do just exposure. Take all of that things that you've learned in composition and all those things that you learned about, you know, taking, you know, an interesting photo using, you know, framing up the, you know, filling the frame and all of that. And you should have some really good results. Okay, so here we go. What you do is you get them in their rows where you have 3 by 3, and then you're going to go ahead and make that contact sheet. Now, do I have enough here to do this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think you guys all know how to do this already. So these are kind of in the right order now. So I'm going to make one contact sheet first, and I can make the other. Again, you go up to Tools, and then you're going to go to Photoshop, and then over to Contact Sheet 2. You need to remember, there's your example of what it will look like when you save it today. So 8.5, I usually go 8 by 11. It just gives me a little bit more space. And then when we submit these, you get a little bit better visual. So, and we're also going to go now, this time, I only want 3 columns because we're only going to have 3 rows. One that's going to be underexposed, one that's going to be middle of the line, normal exposure, and one that's going to be overexposed. If you look at the slides that I set up for you in Schoology, they'll be ready to roll. So that will explain kind of all this that I'm, you know, kind of showing you the end of the assignment here too. So, all right, here we go. And this is 3 by 5 columns. Remember to, you know, you don't need a lot of big fonts taking up the space. You really want to see the photograph, so you can bump that down a little bit. And then you can go ahead and hit OK. So as you know, this is going to process behind the scenes, and that's going to put in all of my photos into one page. Hopefully you can see most of this processing here. And when it's all done, then you're going to see a page with my 15 photos of my different bracketed exposures using my, you can use the plus minus on your camera. I put up, for you guys that have the DSLR 35 good nice cameras, you can also look at some tutorials that I put online. You can also Google, you guys know how to find what you might need, but I did try to put some things in there for you. So here is my finished first contact sheet, and I'm going to file save. You want to save this as a TIFF. A TIFF is a better version than a JPEG. So typically in photography classes, I always want to teach you guys how to save your files as a TIFF. So save it as a TIFF, and then you can just upload the TIFFs to the course at the end of or the Schoology at the end of the assignment. So this is what it's going to look like for you. You can see there's my underexposed. Pretty good exposure. Normal. This one might be, a little bit dark, Oh, and I got the wrong photo there. I just realized that. So anyway, that would have been the baseballs. This would have been a much lighter. So please look at the slides first, because you see some examples of what underexposed and overexposed photos look like. Again, this one might be a better exposure than this one, because especially when we print photography and photographs, they become darker as we print them, because screen resolution is RGB. We're looking at kind of different ways. We're looking at pixels, and when we print it, we're looking at dots per inch, which are going to be a little bit different and usually a little bit darker. So it's nice to learn those things as a photography student so that you can apply that into your later years. So I hope this helps you get the gist of what you're going to be doing this week. And I hope that I get to see you guys soon. It looked like prom was beautiful tonight. I did watch you guys all on TV, and so it was nice to see your faces, and it looks like everybody's having a good time. So I'll try to shut this off here, and I'll see you guys when I can. I'll pop in at some point in time for sure. So take care. Thank you.